Hi guys, Dr. Wendy D.A.W.N here with day 167, day 168, day 169 and day 170. And day 170 has actually brought this, my water experiment, or as I started saying at the beginning of this 6 months ago. Today marks 6 months ago. As I started saying 6 months ago, this water experience has been an awesome experience, an absolutely awesome experience. I have learned so much. So it is in love, in gratitude, in deepest, profound love, and the humblest thanks that I give to the universe, to God, for bringing this into my life. I also would like to thank you all for coming on this journey with me. Okay guys, and again, at the risk of not sounding redundant, this has been an awesome, and I mean this in the true sense of the word, an awesome and all-encompassing wow experiment. I have been on a magical carpet ride. This experience, this rice and water experience, has taught me so much about me. Some of the things that I have been giving lip service to, this experiment affirmed for me. Take, for instance, I can only influence something up until a point. The mold. The mold in this jar is a living, breathing thing, and therefore has a say when it can exert its say over what will happen to it. And the mold in the jar was hanging on for dear life, irrespective of all the energetic things I was throwing at it. I learnt that the will, we all talk about you gotta have willpower. I learnt that the will is not about bending something to your will. But I learned that the will is something that will sustain you so that you can remain disciplined, staying focused, staying on course, going the distance. I learned that about the will. I always thought willpower was about bending something to what you want. No, it is literally bending you so that you will stay focused on what you want. And it's those kind of nuances that enable me, you, us to create the lives that we want to live. I also learned that choice is key. You get to choose, I get to choose how we respond to something. And I'm not talking about the emotional response. Like when I had shaken the jar up, and next thing you know, I've got all this mold in the jar. I was really gutted. I was actually kind of pissed off, if you want to know the truth. I was disappointed. I was pissed off. I was gutted. The whole 9 yards. I had those emotions. That's what came up within me. What I got to do was choose how I use those emotions, or how I let those emotions dictate what I would choose to do. But using willpower to remain focused, to remain disciplined, I chose to move forward, irrespective of what was going on in the jar. And that, as you'll see in the documentary that's going to come up, the short documentary, you'll see that I just went with it. Even though at that time my heart didn't feel like it was in it. But but I use the power of my spoken word to move me through. I used the vision of what I wanted to accomplish to move me through. And might I add, I'm very proud to say, I didn't accomplish what I had set out to do, and that was to make this clear. The water crystal clear. The water always remained clear. It's not as clear as it used to be as I stopped that particular mantra, but the water crystal clear and the rice to be healthy. That's what I wanted. Well, as you can see from there, that it didn't happen. That didn't happen. It didn't happen, but what did happen was the growth and spiritual evolvement of me. And that transcended me clearing the jar, as far as I'm concerned. That transcended that. I have learned so much, and if you've been following the videos, you'll see how it's unfolded. I have learned so much about me, about life, about communicating, and above all, about applying myself to create what I want to create in life. So, I will say this, guys, first and foremost, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, from the depths of my soul, from the depths of the being of who I am, who we are, I thank you for coming on this journey with me, for taking the time out of your day to actually view these videos, for taking the time out of your day to comment. You see, all we have here in this dimension is time. 1,440 minutes in a day. And out of that day, you would spend anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes listening, looking, hearing what it is that I was sharing. I thank you for that, and I am humbled by that. I thank God, the universal architect, the creator of all things, for bringing this to me as an experiment that started with the women of Shade Tree, with the women who are in a shelter for abused and displaced mothers, children, and pets. It came into being to show the power of your spoken word. And that worked well. So I'm grateful to all and everyone, each and every person who's helped me. And to the jar, the contents of the jar, the contents. And so in love, in gratitude, in love, I thank you. I truly do. I thank you. I'm Dr. Wendy D.A.W.N, and in the coming months, look out, I'm going to say in January, look out for the short documentary talking about my water experiment. And actually, it's the power of the spoken word, the power of your intention, the power of your thoughts, deeds, and or actions, and how they apply to your life. So once again, I'm Dr. Wendy D.A.W.N. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. Namaste. Thank you. Peace.